Welcome. What are the objectives? First, we want to use the distributive property. Second, we want to combine like terms. And the third objective is to simplify an algebraic expression. So our first problem reads as such: use the distributive property to write without parentheses. And then we have 4 times a quantity 2x plus 3 plus y, which is in parentheses. What is the distributive property? The distributive property is multiplication distributes over addition. Distributive property is multiplication distributing or distributes over addition. And so we need an example of this. And so let's make up a problem, a simple one. And we'll have 2, and then in parentheses we'll have x plus 3. And we want multiplication to distribute over addition. So we're going to multiply 2 times the x plus 2 times 3. And 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is what? It's 6. Now in our problem, we need to distribute over 3 additions. And so we need to multiply the 4 times 2x, 4 times 2x, and also 4 times 3. And each time we put in the addition, and 4 times y. And let's simplify that. 4 times 2, using the associative property, we can do 8x plus 4 times 3 is 12, and plus 4y. Okay, the next problem says to simplify, and so we will need to define what simplify means. Simplify. And our problem says to simplify 3 times the quantity 2x plus y plus 4 times the quantity x plus 3x. So the first step in simplifying is to combine like terms within the parentheses. And if you look to the left, you can see we have some like terms within a parentheses. Combine like terms within parentheses. We know what like terms are, but we haven't yet defined what combine like terms means, so we better say what combine like terms means. And so to combine like terms, there's 2 steps in this process. The first step is to add the coefficients of each term. So we're going to add coefficients, and then we take the result of that adding, and that becomes the coefficient of the terms variable, of the like terms variable. So we're going to use the results as the coefficient of the terms variable, coefficient of the terms variable. So let's actually do this with our problem. We have x and 3x, they're like terms. We need a coefficient for x. There isn't one there. If there isn't one, you can always put 1 in. Always use 1 for the coefficient if it's missing. And we add 1 and 3, that gives us 4. Use the variable 4x. And we'll just bring down the rest of the problem. We have combined like terms within the parentheses. What's the next step for simplifying? Well, the next step is to remove parentheses. If we still have parentheses, and we do. We need to remove the parentheses. And generally that means applying the distributive property. And so let's apply the distributive property. Let's multiply 3 times the 2x and 3 times the y. 3 times 2x gives us 3 times 2x plus 3 times y is 3y. And out here we can remove these parentheses. 4 times 4x is, we can, by the associative property, we could group them differently and get 4 times 4, which is 16x. Okay, we've removed parentheses. What's the next step in simplifying? To rearrange terms. We would like to rearrange the terms so that we have like terms together. Before we do that, we better multiply the 3 times 2, which is 6x, plus 3y, plus 16x. And now let's rearrange the terms. Let's put the two terms that have x as the variable together by using the commutative property. We've just switched the 3y and the 16x. Okay, and now finally we're going to combine like terms. And we've already discussed what you do when you combine like terms. You just add the coefficient parts. 6 plus 16 is 22. And then put the variable in, 22x plus 3y. And we've completed this problem. The next problem states, write as an algebraic expression with m as a number and then simplify. And the English expression is 6 increased by the product of 4 and 1 more than a number. Okay, so first we need to translate that. So let's write 6 increase by means add. Product, what does product mean? It means multiply two or more things. In this case, we're going to multiply 4 times a quantity. It's 1 more than a number. 1 more means add 1. And what is the number in this problem? The number is m. And so we've written the algebraic expression. Now we need to simplify. So there's no like terms within the parentheses, so the first step is to remove parentheses by using the distributive property. 4 times m is 4m, plus 4 times 1 is 4. And we'll simplify the 4 times 1 part and just write down the rest. The next step is to rearrange terms so that we have like terms together. In this case, we use the commutative property to write 6 plus 4 next to each other, and 6 plus 4, they're alike, and that adds up to 10. 10 plus 4m. Completed that problem. Okay, we've used the distributive property, we've combined like terms, and we have simplified an algebraic expression. Of those items, they're all important, but perhaps using the distributive property is the most important. Remember to distribute through all parts of your problem, through each term. That's it. See you next time.